It's unique because a lot of places do not allow alcohol on the beach, and Flagler Beach does.
Flagler Beach city officials are clearing up confusion over what you can and can't do on the beach.
The first question on most beachgoers' minds, can you drink?
The answer is yes. Alcoholic beverages, yes. Now, Volusia County, no. Anything north of the city limits of Flagler Beach, I don't govern that, but in the city limits on the beach, it's considered recreation, and yes, you can drink alcohol.
Police Chief Matt Downey says there are restrictions on alcohol sold at licensed establishments.
You've got to drink it at the establishment. You can't take it out on the street. You can't take it out across the street.
As for smoking?
A cigar, yes. Cigarettes, no.
Like a cigarette has an end to it that is non-biodegradable. Every piece of a cigar is biodegradable. And that was the thought process behind why segregating cigarettes from cigars.
Mayor Patty King says litter from cigarette butts is a real problem.
We do a beach cleanup the first Saturday of each month. 9 a.m. starts at the Pier A-frame. The record is 1,128 cigarette butts picked up within a 2-block radius on the boardwalk by the beach.
Tomorrow we'll explore the rules surrounding pets on the beach. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Wednesday, July 31st.
I commend our deputies for a very busy weekend and another great job.
Flagler County Sheriff's deputies had a busy weekend dealing with offenders and rescuing a child.
The weekend of keeping Flagler County residents safe began with a mother in Bunnell who had fallen asleep while her 3-year-old toddler wandered into a pool alone. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
This could have had disastrous consequences, but an individual that saw something, said something, knocked on the door, and after 20 minutes when no one came to the house, called the sheriff's office. Ultimately, the mother was arrested for child neglect. This is a good reminder that children are often attracted to water. If you have one of these small child's pools, drain it after each use in case the child gets out. But better yet, put child-proof locks on your doors and remember to lock them.
The Florida Department of Children and Families was notified and the child was turned over to a family member who responded to the scene. Then, in a separate case, a deputy stopped the driver of a black Ford Mustang on I-95 for careless driving and speeding.
The Jacksonville man was stopped for traffic violations on Interstate 95. He was determined that he had a smorgasbord of narcotics from marijuana to amphetamine. It was all individually packaged for sale. He was arrested for possession of marijuana with intent to sell.
And then, in an unusual turn of events, a wanted fugitive walked into the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility.
A wanted fugitive that the sheriff's office had been searching for with the U.S. Marshal Service and our PACE unit finally got tired of looking over his shoulder to see when he was going to be arrested and turned himself in. Jiva Johnson was arrested on active felony warrants for burglary of a dwelling, burglary of a dwelling while armed, aggravated assault, and a litany of other charges.
Looking at the final weekend statistics, Flagler County Sheriff's Office deputies made 15 arrests, handled 507 calls for service, and made 136 traffic stops. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. A book changes a Florida policy.
School will start later, starting in 2026, and it's all because of a book.
Why We Sleep, Matthew Walker. And in that book, and this may be unsettling to people that a book led to public policy in Florida, but it did lead to a bill that I cared a lot about, was a priority for our kids.
The policy is that middle school will start after 8 a.m. and high school will not start before 8:30 a.m., starting in 2026.
A good night's sleep is fundamental to learning and success in so many ways, as well as mental health and some of the mental health crisis we've seen in schools with young people. Not getting adequate sleep means you can't handle the day.
You can listen to Business Minds Coffee Chat with host Jay Shear here on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 8:30 or anytime on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, what's the title of your book? From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.